Hello everyone and welcome back to Star Trek Online. Let's see here. Last we were on, we just completed the Temporal Cold War. Now we're just finishing up yesterday's war. And then we'll be going into New Frontiers. So let's start this one, shall we?
Some time ago, there was a temporal disruption involving the USS Enterprise C. We thought the matter was fully resolved, but there was an oversight. We need to find one of the Enterprise C survivors, a temporal duplicate of Starfleet Admiral Tanay. Until we reconcile her displacement, the timeline is in jeopardy. There's one person in particular that can provide the location of the survivors, Sela of Romulus. We believe she's operating in the Cytor system. Meet me there to search for Sela and enlist her aid.
Alright. You get a Romulan operative personal shield, combat armor, or a Polaron covert ops compression pistol. Sounds like a Dominion weapon.
Stay safe out there.
No, you stay safe. Alright. My USS Nordenbrand. Looking very pretty. Oh yeah, while I was away, I ended up getting a Nintendo Switch and Breath of the Wild. It's a fun game. Kinda hard, but it's pretty fun. Now entering the Cytor system. No sign of any ships on sensors, Romulan or otherwise. Admiral, Transporter Room 1 reports that Agent Daniels has just beamed in. Welcome aboard, Agent. What's your take on all this?
If she's here, we'll need to draw her out. Sela's not easily found if she doesn't want to be. In the meantime, there's a structure on one of the larger asteroids, but the mineral content there is making long-range scanning difficult. I recommend we take a closer look.
What sort of structure?
Looks like a small base of some kind. Industrial, possibly military. Whatever it is, it's running at low power. We'll get a better idea at close range.
Understood. Take us in closer, Helm.
Our intel shows a lot of Romulan activity in this system, in Sela's name. Command believes she's planning an assault of some kind and gathering tactical resources.
So I had a bit of a cough there, so I had to turn off my mic.
This looks like an abandoned Tal Shiar base, or what's left of one. It looks like the interior has been stripped of anything useful over an extended period of time. This could be the work of Sela's forces. They've been... Wait! Picking up enemy contacts. Romulan ships decloaking.
Shields up, red alert.
Those ships were older, but battle-ready and in good repair. It's unusual of them to run so quickly. We should stay sharp. There's probably more of them out there waiting under cloak. In the meantime, we damage their propulsion systems in the fight. They're leaking plasma.
Helm, follow that plasma trail now.
As long as they keep leaking plasma, we can follow their trail. They're not trying to lose us. I've got a bad feeling about this.
Unidentified ship, you are trespassing in sovereign Romulan space, and you are outnumbered. Surrender now.
Nice to see you too.
Oh, it's you again.
We're not here to fight, Sela. Stand down.
No. You are still trespassing in my space, and I could use a new ship for my armada.
Crap. Red alert. Tactical. Fire to disable only. Said we were outnumbered.
Fine, we'll talk. Cut to the chase and tell me what it is you want.
Information, specifically, on the location of certain Tolshiar prisoners.
Ah, I'd wondered when you'd get around to looking for the Enterprise C survivors.
A logical deduction. Where are they?
When the Enterprise C survivors were taken, my father agreed to let the rest of the crew live, so long as Lieutenant Yar served as his concubine. She was executed, but my father held to his word. I am aware of their location, but I will only take you there if you agree to bring me with you.
If you come with us, you agree to be arrested. No tricks.
And what assurances do I have that I won't simply be executed? I will not agree to my death.
We will make arrangements for incarceration, not execution.
If I agree to this, I will be held in house arrest, somewhere reasonably pleasant by my own standards. I will not be cut off from access to the outside world, and I will not be given any sort of death penalty. Further, you will allow my crew and their ships to go without harassment.
I'm sure such arrangements can be made. Prepare to be aboard.
The survivors of the Enterprise C were sent to a Tolshiar prison world. Set a course for the Pictet system. I shall make my way to the bridge of this quaint little ship.
Little? How dare you? Oh, hang on a second. There's something I want to look at. I have a device equipped in my, device slots. And I just want to see if it's connected to this or if it's a thing on its own. Thing is, I'm not really seeing it, so I'm guessing it's attached to this. Let's have a look-see. For 45 seconds. It's because it's locked. Hang on. No, I guess I can't equip it. So I'm guessing it's just connected to this, then. Kinda wish it would say so, though. Oh well. Very well. Helm, plot a course. Course laid in for the Pictet system. Ready to warp on your command.
I'm reading several Tholian ships on sensors, along with some unusual temporal fluctuations. Tholians dislike anything involving time travel. We should be cautious. If they think we're responsible, they may become hostile.
Agreed. Anything you'd like to add, Sela?
This is the Pictet system, one of many worlds where the Tal Shiar would send assets important enough to keep, but not threatening enough to kill. Supplies to this world stopped when Hobus was destroyed, but the Enterprise C crew are proven survivors. I admit the Tholians being here is new. Surely they won't be too difficult for you to handle.
Shields up. Helm, take us in. After I launch more fighters.
Do not intrude. The anomaly will be eradicated. Leave now.
Uh-oh. Ha! You thought you could trap me, but you failed. Oh, but my fighters. Oh, God. All my fighters have been wiped out.
Tholians were performing a detailed scan on that anomaly. Something caused it to destabilize quickly. Not a good sign.
The anomaly will be purged, as will you. Vengeance for the fallen.
Anomaly. It was emitting high levels of tachyon radiation and chronotons before it dispersed. I'll need more data, but I think it was an unstable gateway into transdimensional space.
Sorry, I'm trying to... Stream's still up. Tablets for some reason like not wanting to... There we go.
Another temporal anomaly. It was emitting high levels of tachyon radiation and chronotons before it dispersed. I'll need more data, but I think it was an unstable gateway into transdimensional space.
I see.
Scan one. I want to see what they were so interested in.
But of course, we'll scan one.
That anomaly is devastating our hull. Avoid flying into it if possible.
I didn't mean to.
Based on these readings, I believe I've found an origin point for these anomalies. They're coming from the planet below. I suggest sending an away team down to collect data.
Right, let's get down there and... Wait, shields up! Tholians! Stop webbing me!
All clear. We should check out the planet while we're in.
Hull integrity below 75%.
Ow. I'm on fire!
I am detecting signs of habitation, but there's a lot of temporal disturbances down there. They're making it hard to obtain a clear reading at this distance.
Let's go down for a closer look. Sela.
Assemble your most able crewmen and... My apologies. This is your ship. You give the orders.
Indeed. Daniel, Sela, you're with me. Let's beam down and see what's happening.
We've beamed down into an open courtyard within what's left of the Tal Shiar prison. Doesn't look like it's been inhabited for some time. I'm reading a number of temporal anomalies nearby, but my tricorder's having trouble analyzing the data. We're going to need to get closer.
Understood.
The shipments of supplies stopped long ago. Anyone alive down here will have a hard time. I suppose that's too bad for Admiral Tanay.
Who said anything about Admiral Tanay?
That is what this is about, isn't it? There are two of her and no one else. If you find her, I doubt she will be alive.
We're going to search for her regardless. Looks like nature's reclaiming the world.
This world was abandoned by the Tal Shiar decades ago. I doubt there's anyone left. The survivors of the Enterprise C might have left personal items behind.
Yeah, I'm looking at one.
This datapad dates back to the late 23rd century. It lacks power, but it should work once it's recharged.
See if you can power it up. There could be useful data on it. Thought I saw something through there. What a lovely little area.
This place hasn't been inhabited for a while. Thing is, the tricorder's giving a range of time from 3 months to 30 years. We're dealing with some serious temporal flux here.
That could be a problem. Let's keep moving.
That's one of the temporal anomalies. I wouldn't recommend entering its area of effect. From what I'm reading here, contact with the anomaly will do considerable damage to anything organic. That being said, I believe we can deal with this. Stand over there, and between the two of us, we should be able to nullify the anomaly.
Understood. the burn marks on the ground.
Someone's been here recently. The tricorder's picking up numerous signs of habitation in the area. By the look of things, someone stripped this area of all useful items and moved on.
We should move on then, too. We need to find a way past the gates.
This gate appears to have been locked from the outside. Perhaps they knew about the anomaly but didn't have the means to handle it. There's a manual override over there near our beam down site. We can use it to open the gates.
The controls appear to be behind some gates and more temporal anomalies.
When we disrupted this anomaly, it seemed to fracture, forcing more anomalies into our timeline. I think we might be able to use that to our benefit, though. I'll stay here and act as an anchor. Find the best spot and use your tricorder to emit the dispersal pattern again. We should be able to push those bubbles away from the gate controls. If you get stuck, I'll be able to get you out of trouble.
I'll disperse the anomalies and make a path to the gate controls.
The gate controls are trapped within an anomaly. We'll have to disperse it to use them. Looks like some of the closed gateways are rusted now. Find another spot. I think I can see a clear path to the controls. The gate's open. Try to disperse where you are. It should open an escape path for you.
What are you two doing?
Excellent. The gate's open, and we can continue our search for Tanae. Well done. Before we move on, I've managed to bring the datapad online again. It might contain clues on what happened. Looks like it's a personal unit. The primary user is Lieutenant Tasha Yar of Starfleet.
Are you certain?
Give me that. The first entry dates to 2389, nearly 40 years after she was executed. Or at least 40 years after she was supposed to have been executed.
Let's see the entry.
I am Natasha Yar, Security Chief for the Federation Starship Enterprise D. Well, at least that's who I was. For the past 40 years, I've been Tal Shiar Prisoner 24601. But even that changed a week ago. Our regular supply drops from the Star Empire stopped 3 months ago. The guards started caring too much about what might be going on elsewhere in the quadrant and caring too little about their prisoners. We were able to overpower them. We've managed to recover some data pads like this one, but there isn't enough here for us to call for help or escape. I'm leaving this record in case anyone comes looking for us. Sela, if you find this, I still love you. I've missed you. Lieutenant Yar was supposed to have been executed. My father said it happened. There were witnesses. How can... Clearly, there was some judicious alteration of history.
So it would appear.
The Enterprise C survivors were here, but something drove them away. Something more than the loss of supplies. We should continue looking for the survivors. Your duplicate of Tanae may yet be alive on this rock.
Your father lied to you.
It would not have been the first time. No doubt he thought she might still have been useful in some way. I can see the pity in her eyes. Keep it. His decision allowed me to become the person I am. I do not regret that.
I just think it might be hard to hear now. Tasha was alive all that time.
Look, there's a path ahead.
Ah, look at that thing. Turn around, please. Thank you.
This anomaly looks more stable than the others. It's probably less deadly, but let's not find out now.
The generators died and no one knows why. Richard thinks it might have been the big predators. Tanae thinks she might be able to salvage some of the parts. I hope she can. She's been glaring over the remains for the last 3 hours. 2 more dead. We can't stay here. The animals know the fence won't harm them anymore. I rigged an early warning system using a trick I learned growing up on Turkana 4, but that won't stop them. Took a vote, and we're moving. We'll build a new settlement in the old secondary supply bunker the Tal Shiar abandoned 20 years ago. The surviving guard has agreed to guide us there. Loyalty to the Tal Shiar fades. You've been stranded with the inmates. Lieutenant Yar never discussed Turkana 4. When I was older, I discovered why. She was a survivor. It is clear that her arrangement with my father was just that. Obviously, she continued that trait into her existence here. There's more ground to cover.
Indeed. Let's keep following the path.
There's another unstable anomaly.
Oh, you mean the one I was just at?
The anomaly has left some of the rock in a molten state.
Well,
You
that's
took
this
readings
person.
in orbit. Surely we should continue looking. Clearly, these anomalies must be connected to your mission. Now, while you take a leisurely stroll through the jungle, I will be moving on. It appears that there are more survivors than initially believed.
On that, we're in agreement. Let's keep searching.
There's a lot of interference, but I think I'm picking up a life sign. Tanae!
Go away! Leave this place! No! No! Please, not again! Stay away! Stay away!
It seems your duplicate, Tanae, is still alive, and she isn't pleased to see you. I don't really blame her. I wasn't exactly thrilled to see you again, either.
I see a structure ahead. Let's check it out.
She's run off, but there's an even larger anomaly close by.
It looks like it was a structure at one point, but I doubt any survivors would remain in a ruin like this.
Another temporal anomaly, and this one is larger than the last. There are temporal eddies moving through the area, and a few stable locations between them. Now, if you establish temporal stabilizers in these 3 locations, we can disperse the anomaly and get a better look at the area. Hopefully, the Enterprise C survivors were able to escape the area before this happened.
Understood. And I missed the eddies. Yeah, man. Oh, what's my EV suit on?
There's a stable pocket ahead of you. Set up the first stabilizer there. That's the first stabilizer. 2 more to go.
What? I can't move. Dang it. Now I have to wait for it to come back. Gosh dang it. Come on.
Incredible! Dispersing the anomaly restored more than I expected. We should look for clues.
Lots of beds here.
We found an entire grove of saplings. Richard swears the same area was full of towering trees last week. He might be mistaken. We're both getting older. I thought I saw a Romulan in the brush. He was wearing a 22nd century style uniform. When I looked again, he was gone. Maybe I'm going senile. Richard insists I'm too young. Maybe it's because the outside world has been on my mind. Sela has been on my mind. I wonder what happened to her. While her father was a Tal Shiar general, he spared my life in the end. Perhaps he wasn't petty and cruel to her. I hope he wasn't. If you should find this, happy 50th birthday, Sela. I have missed you. I only regret we were separated. Shelter ruined, last tricorder gone, half our stores destroyed, 5 dead. The hunters and gatherers returned to find many dead and unconscious. I used my emergency medic training, but I was a security officer, not a doctor. Devek might not make it. None of them can remember what happened. Without the tricorder, we can't scan the area, or for internal injuries. I suspect that there is something on the planet causing anomalies of some kind. Danae has not reacted well. She's been talking to herself and keeping apart from everyone. A problem for later. Survival now.
Some sort of temporal inversion happened here. Some of the rock returned to an earlier molten state, while some of the building materials aged over 200 years. Anyone standing close to these objects would have been affected as well, regressed to infancy, or aged to the grave.
The same thing could happen to us if we're not careful.
Well,
I suppose it was nice that Yar thought of me, but that doesn't change the fact that she was going to steal me away like a thief in the night. If she had truly cared, she would have stayed where she was. My father was not cruel or petty, at least not to me. He was hard because he needed to be. I thrived because of it.
I see.
The Enterprise C survivors were surprisingly resilient. Tasha's notes are more sparse, but seem to record a productive, if primitive, community. They mention a secondary site close by. If your Vulcan survived, there may be others, and they may be close.
We should keep looking.
Over here! There's a path with recent footprints.
Those are some big feet.
I'm reading another anomaly, further down the path. Tanae might be there.
Also see Tholians. And spiders. I guess they are all spiders.
The Tanae anomaly and its allies must be purged.
That Tholian away team must have beamed down to investigate the anomaly.
Are we going to investigate it, or are we continuing to follow the tracks? I guess we're continuing to follow the tracks.
This looks to be a well-worn path. Some recent footprints here, heading the other way. They might have run into Tholians.
It seems your Vulcan passed this way recently. Perhaps the cavern mentioned in Natasha's logs is nearby. We should follow the tracks.
They're headed towards those rocks.
It seems many of the refugees would be alive if it weren't for the anomalies. I wonder how many are left now.
I'm detecting signs of recent habitation in this location.
Maybe we'll find more answers.
This was some sort of dwelling up until a few months ago. If I'm reading this right, there was an explosion of tetrion particles here. A fatal one, judging by the organic residue on the walls. No one's been living here since, according to these tricorder readings.
Understood. Let's keep searching. They may have left something behind.
The anomalies are temporal in origin. I watched Richard wither and die before my eyes. An anomaly appeared, and moments later he aged 100 years. We buried him this morning in the clearing. I never expected he and I would end this way. I miss him. Richard was a wonderful partner for these last decades, a good man. We built a wonderful life, despite it all. My only regret is that Sela never got to know how kind and brave Richard was. He'd have been such a wonderful stepfather. Tanae hasn't been seen in days. I'm worried she won't come back. I'm worried she will. I thought her strange behavior might be a degenerative Vulcan sickness, but she was answering questions before they were asked, and she's been close to every anomaly that's happened. Maybe I'm jumping in shadows. The part of me that is still a security officer on the Enterprise doesn't think I am, though.
This is Tanae. I have agreed to report the final words of Natasha Yar and to hold this log for the future. If there is one, if it isn't here already, What? No. Focus. Focus. Natasha Yar died of a fever. She wished for the story of the crew long and happy life. But Natasha missed her, and she hoped her daughter's life was wonderful. Natasha requests that if this log is found, that this record be conveyed to Sela of Romulus and to the Federation.
Daniels and Sela are just doing a little bit of a jig over here for some reason.
Do not come near me. End log.
Let's see where this cave leads, Admiral. Tanae may be close by, and we need to find her before these anomalies get worse. Agreed. Let's proceed through the cave and continue our search. Now that is a very beautiful tree.
I think I see movement in the bushes. Tanae?
Stop following me! No, go away! I told you to stay away!
Come with me. We'll be able to fix everything.
I am dangerous. You should not be here. No one can be here. No! Not again!
Not again. What do you mean?
No! Not again!
There's a new anomaly forming.
Tholians!
Purge the anomaly. Purge the contaminated.
Don't worry, Coraline, I'll get you out.
Tanae, the anomalies that have been occurring were caused by decades of temporal interference. Because of what happened with the Enterprise C, you exist in two places at once. We can fix this. You and your counterpart can be reintegrated. Your memories will be integrated as well, but the anomalies will stop.
We can help you. You don't have to run anymore.
I see the logic in your presence here. I am anomalous. My presence here must be sufficiently reconciled to preserve the order of things. I presume you are here to accomplish this. Thus, I will go with you.
We'll fix this, Danae. You don't have to hide any longer. Admiral, there's something you should see. I scanned the area for Tholians after the last attack. While I didn't find any, I picked up something else. Judging by these readings, I believe I've found the remains of the Enterprise C crew. Understood. Let's confirm this. Right after I pick this stuff up. Natasha Yar.
All this time, she was here. I believed she was dead. Tasha believed I might come looking for her. She believed it so strongly she left logs in case. Tanae held her logs for her. And now, she is truly dead.
I'm sorry.
This place has led to some interesting revelations, shall we say? I think it best we leave before more Tholians show up.
Agreed.
Looks like we beamed up just in time. Several Tholian ships are on an attack vector.
Good red alert. All hands, battle stations.
We will do what you will not. We will repair time.
Something is happening. It's happening again. Another anomaly is forming.
Prepare for battle. It's not over yet. You know, it's a good thing that anomaly didn't appear like on my ship anywhere. No, it's the pass dock. When did you arrive? Admiral, we're being hailed by the USS Pastak as Admiral Tenay. That is to say, the Admiral Tenay from our timeline. Acknowledged. Put her on screen.
I see you found my displaced temporal counterpart. Well done.
Thank you, Admiral.
An operations team is standing by on this vessel to assist with her temporal reintegration. Please beam her aboard, and we will begin the process. It is possible that I may acquire a new set of memories as part of the process. A small price to pay to stabilize the timeline. As it has been said, the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few, or the one.
Admiral, I also have Silo aboard.
I see. Having read the briefing from Starfleet Command, I find her presence here to be most logical, considering the situation.
She's agreed to go into custody now that the issue has been resolved.
Very well. I will take custody of Sela and deliver her to a secure facility once the reintegration procedure is complete. Beam her aboard with my temporal counterpart.
As you wish, Admiral. Gordon Brand out.
It seems our journey is at a parting of the ways once more.
So it seems. You did agree to place yourself into custody, however.
I did, and I will. But I have a condition to my surrender.
Bring it up with the Admiral. All decks have reported in, Admiral. We're ready to depart. The system on your command.
Tell me about my mother.
The timeline is stabilizing. Anomaly counts are dropping, and our agents are reporting a decline in temporal aftershocks due to recent events. That's a good thing, by the way. The aftershocks of our recent discoveries on Pictet may take some time for Sela to resolve, however. I hope she's able to find a sense of peace and closure from what she's learned today. I'll be heading back to Temporal Command once we've fully integrated the two Tenays. Be seeing you.
Alright. My inventory looking. It's okay. Now we have new frontiers to start. Alright.
We've been in regular contact with the Lucari, and they've recently unveiled a new starship designed for space exploration. They're eager to head out into the unknown, and they've asked us to give them a hand. Starfleet has decided to send you to assist them in their first voyage beyond their home system. This is an exciting time for the Lucari. Watch over them and help them to see the value of space exploration, and let them make discoveries and follow their sense of wonder. Just don't let them get in over their heads.
Who's making that transport sound? Can't really tell. Oh well. So transwarping. We've arrived in the Lucari system, Admiral. I'm reading their starship in a standard orbit here. In a standard orbit there, excuse me. I'm picking up some comm traffic. Sounds like Captain Marke is in the middle of a discussion with a Ferengi daemon. Elm, take us to the Lucari ship.
My dear friend Kamarka, just think about how much I can help.
I try not to think about you at all, Marjorie.
If not me, consider my wealth of useful contacts. For a small fee.
Any friend of yours is someone I'd rather not know.
What? You? I thought I'd seen the last of you. That is to say, we meet again.
Daemon Modron. Fortunately for you, our business is with the Lucari today.
Oh, come now. I'm sure we can reach an agreement that is to everyone's liking. I'm prepared to offer you an exclusive, once-in-a-lifetime investment opportunity.
6, cut the channel. Kill the Lucari.
Thank you. That insistent Ferengi has been trying to make new trade deals with us since he first visited our system. Oh, everything he tries to sell is either broken or worthless.
No problem. You look well, Captain.
Thank you. It's good to see you again, and under much better circumstances. You'll be happy to know that our star remains stable. We've not seen any Tholian ships since the incident, thankfully. The decision to explore was somewhat controversial, however. Many Lucari were resistant to the notion. We settled this moon long ago, after we were forced to leave our dying homeworld of Kentar. It was a difficult journey for us. Once we found our new home, no one was very excited about space travel. Still, the exploration initiative passed. Considering my experience, my people have chosen me to command the LSS Concordium. It was an honor I proudly accepted. Our ship is ready to go, and you are.
Tell me a bit about your ship.
While we have some catching up to do, we've
engaged the best engineering minds of our world to modify this vessel. I'm quite proud. We've done a lot in a very short period of time. We've added some of your defensive technology to the ship, as well as some warp drive upgrades. The Concordium is now capable of sustaining a top speed of just over warp 4. Our collaboration with your engineers has been quite inspirational. We've started work on a starship of our own design. One of many to follow the Concordium to the stars. Our ship is ready to go, and you are.
Let's proceed to our destination.
For our maiden voyage, I've chosen a star that is close enough to be within reach, but still just outside the area of space that you've explored, and obviously one that we haven't visited yet. According to your star charts, it's a yellow-white star called 20 Draconis.
Navigation, prepare a course.
This isn't over. Believe me. The next deal we make will be on my terms.
Jeez, why do you have to be so grumpy?
We've arrived on the outskirts of the system. There's a large field of rocky debris and asteroids. We're picking up various metals and crystalline formations. Should we approach one of the larger asteroids and take some more readings?
Yes, we'll head to one of the larger asteroids and scan it.
Readings coming in now. Large quantities of silicate, hematite, hafnium, iridium. Crystalline structures appear to be the result of deposits created under a heavy impact. Perhaps this asteroid was part of a larger one that broke up in a collision. Heading deeper into the field may yield more clues.
I never heard it pronounced iridium before. Agreed. Let's head deeper into the asteroid field.
Sensors are picking up some movement on the far side of the asteroid. Not simple orbiting debris either. Cosmozoans! They're beautiful. Do you have any information about them?
They're called Gekli. We're sending you data files on them now.
Intriguing. The Gekli communicate using radio waves and feed on dust particles and energy emissions. And, well, it seems an adjustment of our EM band is in order. I don't like the idea of the Concordium becoming a Gekli food source.
We're adjusting our own EM band down to 0.002 cycles as well.
We've adjusted our power systems. I'd like to gather more data on the Gekli before we move on. Any suggestions?
We could tag them with subspace data transmitters.
An excellent idea. We'll be able to track their movements and learn more about their migratory patterns and feeding habits. We'll need to get close in order to attach the tags safely.
Agreed.
Data's coming in from the Gekli. I'd like to expand the number of tagged subjects to optimize data collection. Let's get close enough to slip in with a pod and join them in their swimming.
Right, we'll fly to a Gekli pod and join them as they swim through space. Kind of sounds like they're making whale noises. Come on. Oh, too fast.
We're getting close-up readings from all of the creatures. They're treating us like one of their own. They're trying to talk to us with their radio waves.
And I got too far away. Dang it.
spotted a larger group of them in an area not too far from here. This looks like a feeding ground for several Gekli pods. Let's go have a look.
Very well. Helm, take us to the Gekli feeding grounds.
There are signs that several Gekli pods frequent this area. There's a lot of dust and particulate matter, but we can't see how the asteroids are getting broken down. I think there's something we're not seeing on the visible spectrum. Your ship has a stronger deflector than ours. Can you emit a particle wave? We could use that to illuminate things that might be happening in different spectra.
We can emit a multi-spectrum particle wave.
Subspace shearing here. It's causing cosmic strings to snap off and break up the asteroids. That must be why the Gekli feed here. There's plenty of particulate matter for them to consume in the debris fields. I think we've collected some solid data here. We're ready to move on when you are.
Let's see what lies ahead then.
Are reading a swarm of comets passing by this stellar body. They look to have an orbital period of about 173 of your standard years. I'd like to know if they came from outside of the system and were caught in its gravity, or if they originated here. Shall we take some scans?
That's a good way to begin.
This comet is mostly ice and dust. There are indications that the cometary matter formed around a magnetic core. The other comets may be more interesting. Let's move to the other comets and study them closely.
Agreed. Let's check out the remaining comets.
Shows signs of magnetic radioactive matter. This comet may have seen some interesting particle fields in its wandering.
The magnetic core must help to draw in material that forms the corona. Wait a minute, am I doing... Oh. Well... Okay, fine. Yeah, I don't know why I saw me do that again. Uh-oh.
Holding the comet let us get some detailed readings about its emissions. Based on the structure of its silicate crystals, it's been in a pattern. It picks up energy from its trip near the star, then loses that energy as it loops past the planets.
Did we end up fucking up its orbit while tractoring it, though?
It's like ice melting and refreezing, but it seems to lose a large quantity of energy all at once near here. I'm not sure why. The radioactivity should be steady.
Perhaps something is draining the energy. Let's keep looking.
These comets seem to have a long orbit that coincides with the orbit of a Class A planet nearby. I'd like to launch a probe and see if the cometary movements have had any impact on the planet.
Agreed. Let's launch a probe and collect some more detailed readings.
Probe data received. The planet is radiating a considerable amount of heat for its size. Nothing our shields can't handle, but I don't see any expeditions to its surface happening anytime soon. Curious. I'm picking up several large, moving sources of energy. Sensors indicate they're a life form of some kind. A cosmozoan, but not the Gekli. I'd like to study them if we can.
Let's go take a closer look then.
Planet is geothermal in nature. Its surface is partially molten. No life forms detected planetside. Then again, it is rather warm down there. There they are. Magnificent, aren't they?
Is it Sidarian or is it Nidarian? Because I'm guessing one of these two letters is silent.
The creatures are luminescent ovoids? I'm not sure how to describe them. They remind me of an aquatic life form native to Lucari Prime. There are little ones huddling close to the planet's atmosphere. They must use the heat and the planet's electrical discharges to survive.
They're a type of... I'm going to say Nidarian. They're a type of Nidarian. We're sending you files now.
Interesting. These life forms were encountered by the USS Enterprise D on Deneb 4. Someplace called Farpoint Station. They haven't been seen anywhere else since. We shouldn't harm them or their young. Let's transmit a greeting, then be on our way.
If anyone knows the proper pronunciation, please let me know. If I remember to, I'll look it up myself. Right, we'll move close and transmit a greeting to the Cosmozoans. How close do I need to get?
The color display must be a form of communication. I didn't realize that life forms could exist in this fashion, living off the heat of planets, feeding on the particles in space, absorbing radiation from the cosmos. There's so much to see. Let's head to the next planet in the system and see what's there. Are you seeing this? My sensors indicate this planet is completely devoid of any organic material, and yet it has a breathable atmosphere and lies well within the system's habitable zone. Most curious.
Agreed. I think a closer look is in order, Captain.
I'm picking up residual levels of radiation. Oh my. I believe I know what happened to this world. Some kind of proto-matter wave happened here.
Protomatter? That's dangerously unstable.
Not if you know how to resolve the chaotic turbulence with a tarfine reduction. This was a recent event. Some kind of proto-matter incident happened, and it wiped out all life on the planet. I think we should send an away team down to learn more.
Agreed. We'll beam down to see what's happening. Now, I'm a bit curious if you're able to find a certain station around here somewhere. I would think it would be over here, but I'm not seeing anything.
Oh, not sure I'll ever get used to transporters. Let's see. Initial scans suggest this area used to be inhabited, but I can't find a single trace of organic matter. None. I see some carvings on those canyon walls. Let's take a look.
That pillar near the canyon wall looks interesting as well.
The walls of this canyon were worked by tools. I'm sure of it. Sentient life forms lived here. Until the proto-matter detonation. This pillar here. It seems to be a sign pointing to that canyon. Perhaps a pathway there leads to a settlement of some kind. I'm reading metallic objects there as well. Shall we take a look?
Yes, let's follow the path through the canyon.
Look, there's some kind of large structure further down the canyon. Look at the size of that plaza. These people must have had quite a developed culture. Let's take some readings up there. This looks like a town square or ceremonial center of some kind. I see some murals on the far side of the square over there by that arch. I'd like to examine them. They might tell us more about this place.
Agreed, let's examine the nearby murals.
These murals depict people bringing some objects to this place. Crystals or gems, I believe? They built their settlement around this site. I believe it was a place of great significance to them. The next mural may hold more clues for us. Let's have a look.
Right, let's check out the next mural.
This mural depicts the construction of this large structure. I suspect it was a temple or place of contemplation for the people. The crystals were revered by the locals, perhaps even worshipped by them. We'd better have a look at the next mural, don't you think? The crystals depicted in this mural appear to be growing for some reason. I wonder if this is a symbolic or literal representation of events. Perhaps the structure needed to be modified to hold the volume of crystals they collected over the years.
The crystals may have grown through natural means as well.
Quite the enigma we found here. I suspect there's more to be found inside. Getting there will be a challenge, however. According to my scans, these pillars are connected to some kind of massive mechanical structure. Probably the peak of technology for these people. I believe it's some kind of opening mechanism for the structure's door.
Can we open it by deploying some kind of device or using our tricorders?
We could probably force it open, but that could damage the structure, and too much force could even collapse it entirely. I suggest we create a holographic forensic reconstruction.
A holographic recreation of local life?
Yes, it would be based on analysis of things like footprints, wear patterns, and local construction. We can learn what people did here, how they went about their lives, and how they made the device work. We'd be watching a replay of history, roughly speaking. Let's start by gathering information from relics and leftover traces of the people who once lived here.
Let's look for old tools, footprints, anything that could tell us about them.
These artifacts were used with opposable thumbs and indicate a likely handspan of 22 centimeters. Based on these footprints, these people had a stride that places them at about 1.6 meters on average. The wear patterns here show us that people leaned against here frequently. This was a meeting and gathering area. Strange. These relics should be covered with dust and sand, worn away by time and wind. But they're all uncovered. No organic matter left, and everything left behind in its place. Frozen in time, like
these people died recently.
Yes. The evidence seems clear. The proto-matter detonation happened only weeks, perhaps even days ago. We're going to need to make an accurate simulation to continue our studies here. I suggest using modified pattern enhancers to do this.
Agreed. We'll set up modified pattern enhancers in the plaza.
Enhancers online. The signal is strong and clear. Two down, two to go.
Is it just me, or is their dirt like really, really green?
That's three. One more and we'll be ready. That's the last one. All enhancers online and standing by. All right. The enhancers should give us a pretty good image range. Your tricorder can then act as the center of the network control for the enhancers. I can tie in my data to your tricorder whenever you're ready. Get a little close to the center of the square so we can see what happens.
Alright. I'm already here.
Note that the alien is using the pillars in a specific order. They're making the murals match up on each pillar.
Okay, so it's like a sideways table. Here to there, there, and to there.
Looks like some kind of functionary, priest or bureaucrat, I think, would unlock the door by turning the murals on the pillars. The top mural on each pillar seems to be locked in place for reference. We should follow the order they used on the pillar murals. If we can turn them correctly, I believe we'll unlock the door.
Oh god, I'm getting Tomb Raider anniversary flashbacks. At least none of the other ones rotate when you rotate these ones.
You hear that? That's the first pillar set in place. That's 2 pillars set into place. Three pillars are locked in now. That's it! It's working! Well done! Shall we see what secrets this building holds? I think I see another mural inside the doorway. We should take a look at it.
Yes, let's go inside and check out that next mural. Something odd about it. Not sure what, though. I don't know, maybe you can tell me.
Isn't that the symbol of your Starfleet? How did it get here? How could it be in a temple of people who don't even have electricity, much less space travel? This is getting stranger by the minute. We should search the temple for more murals.
Indeed. Let's look for some more murals. I feel like I should have a little more of a different reaction to that.
Those people in the picture, they don't look like the others.
They're from Starfleet, but Starfleet of the 23rd century.
What happened here? If Starfleet officers contacted this civilization in the past, why wouldn't you have a record of it? We should head deeper into the temple and continue our search.
Agreed.
I think the panel on the wall here can be pushed to open something. Those inner doors across from the panel are opening. What is all of this? According to my tricorder, we've reached ground zero. This is where someone detonated the protomatter bomb. From here, a self-propagating cascade of proto-energy radiated outward in all directions, washing over the entire planet.
Could this have been a failed terraforming project?
Doubtful. I believe what did this was built specifically as a weapon. There's no new ecosystem. All life was eliminated. I'm picking up a residual energy signature here. Take a look. 16 centimeter wavelength with a slight kaon leak. I've seen this before. It's a byproduct of Zenkethi technology.
Said Kathy. Here? Sir, we found a derelict space station in orbit around the planet. It's unpowered and covered in decades of dust, which made it hard to pinpoint in the asteroid ring. Unfortunately, we aren't the only ones to find it. Several starships have arrived in the system, and they're laying claim to the station. What should we do? Give me a side-to-side transport directly to the station. Keep the Lucari ship protected. Is there supposed to be more asteroids? We're on one of the old K-Series Federation deep space stations. But how did it get out here? What happened to it? There's a placard over on the wall. Let's see if there's anything recognizable. It says Deep Space K-13. Admiral, that station was lost in time over 100 years ago. Lost in time and space. K-13 was in the Beta Quadrant before.
You're trespassing. I'm claiming this station as salvage, along with everything in it. A little piece of history like this will be quite the vacation site. Experience life on the final frontier at Modron's K-13. But I digress. Unless you're here to discuss leasing opportunities, I suggest you beam off my station.
It's not your station yet. I think I'll take a look around.
Careful. This old beauty needs some serious repair. It'd be a shame if something happened to you, or the active stasis caused by malfunction.
Then I'd see to it nothing like that happens, Daemon. Venetra out.
Fair warning. My Gnostic gods aren't very fond of me.
I think it's about time to replace my mouse.
I'd be happy to sell the pods to you. Consider their living contents a promotional bonus.
Fuck you, Modron. Anyways, I think it's about time I replace my mouse or something, because the right mouse button seems to be having problems sometimes where it's not wanting to function. Like, right now it's working just fine, it seems. Ow.
Chief Engineer's Log, March 18th, 1570. Had a discussion this morning with security about our Klingon prisoners in the brig. Can't just leave them locked up, or execute them, or exile them on the planet below. Setting them free isn't a popular notion either. We're still looking for options, but I think the stasis pods we have in medical will come in handy real soon.
Admiral, this technology is ancient, but surprisingly functional. At least at a rudimentary level. They built things to last in the 23rd century. The Noskins managed to get partial power online, but they did it in a hurry. It could go down at any moment. In the meantime, I have managed to drop those security fields. We can access other parts of the station now. Anything else in the computer? There are some log files in the computer as well. Most of them are garbled, but I believe I can restore the last entry. Let's hear it.
Chief Engineer's Log, supplemental. By my account, we've been hurled back in time to the 16th century. To make matters worse, we're a very long way from the den of the system. None of our shuttles are warp capable, and even if we could get to Earth, we'd be in the wrong time. In short, we're stuck. There's nothing to do now but wait and try to conjure up a way to get back to the right time.
This computer's lost the ability to link in to the main computer, but with the security fields down, we can get in to the other lab. There we may be able to get into the main computer and lock the Noskins out. That will keep them from bringing the fields back online or using the station to stop us. Let's see what we can find in the other lab.
For trespassing are quite severe, and I plan on collecting them.
Oh, hello there. Back up, please. the doors are locked, we'll have to find a way to bypass them. Yes, eat her, my tardigrade friend. Yes. Consume his flesh. There's a captain here. Wait a minute. Something doesn't seem right here. I don't know. Something just does not feel right here at all. I'm not sure what though. That was cool. I kind of saw like a image of a Constitution class on this monitor. Can't see it anymore though.
Chief Engineer's Log, August 6th, 1570. The Warp Booster Sled project is officially a bust. When we tried to spin up the coils, we couldn't get a stable warp field. Yashvi and Arlington managed to shut it down and stop a breach, but the shuttle's impulse drive is shot. I hate giving up, but we just don't have the parts we need to make it work.
Locking the Noskins out of the main computer. That will keep them from taking over any more of the station's subsystems. Good work. Any more information? There's another log entry, Admiral. Play it.
Chief Engineer's Log, April 17th, 1570. Today we visited the planet we're calling Draconis 3 to collect supplies. The good news, there's a humanoid civilization down there. Bad news, a potential Prime Directive violation. Our landing party was seen beaming in by some of the locals. We're hoping that doesn't impact their culture in any way. One thing's for sure, they can't help us go home. Their tech level is Bronze Age at best.
Admiral, the station's so old and badly damaged that most of the security systems don't work anymore. However, if we can take over the central hub, we can lock it down and keep the Noskins from bringing anyone else over. Acknowledged. Let's secure the central hub of the station.
My patience is going to cost you dearly.
Chief Engineer's Log, July 9th, 1571. It's decided. Most of us are going into cryosuit. Those who stay awake, well, there's the rub. Going to live on a remote part of the planet below is likely, despite the Prime Directive issues. Staying here isn't viable. When the supplies are gone and the remaining power is in the stasis pods, anyone left is a goner. This station will be there.
It's a good thing we arrived when we did. Auxiliary power is coming up now. Activating a low-level scattering field. that will prevent the Nausicaans from beaming over reinforcements. Excellent. Anything else? I found one last log entry in there, Admiral. Afraid the rest of the computer's memory is heavily corrupted. Put it on screen.
Chief Engineer's Log, July 26th, 1571. Most of us went into stasis this morning. There weren't enough pods for everyone. 3 of us had to stay awake. We drew lots, and Tavon, Sheridan, and I were the lucky winners. Since we're out of options, we've decided to go native and live out our lives under Conus 3. Hopefully, one day our records will be found, and the people of Station K-13 will be remembered.
Rule of Acquisition 431. When the shooting starts, let the mercenaries handle it. Handle this, Captain.
Why does his audio sound weird? Oh, it sounded like he was like on a comm unit or something. Admiral, we need you back on the ship right away. Madron and his Nausicaan allies are moving to intercept us and the Concordium.
I see you took out the Nausicans on my station. I'll just add their fees to your tab. I do hope you're good with it. Otherwise, I might have to take possession of that pretty ship of yours. Come to think of it, I'll be taking your ship anyway. Whether you're alive or not when I do is up to you.
You're welcome to try, Daemon. I don't think you'll like the results. It's often like this, Captain. Dangerous, but also filled with discovery.
Indeed. I'd say our first flight was a success. Now we need to share our discoveries with everyone back home. I hope today's events will convince my people of the continued need to explore and to be part of the galactic community. With luck, we'll do this again sometime, and soon. On behalf of the Lucari people, thank you.
You're welcome, Captain. Safe travels. I'd say that these events are better described as harrowing. Zenkethi have been quiet for years. Now they're using protomatter bombs and committing genocide. There's also the problem of K-13. How did it even get here? I'll put in a call for Universal to send repair teams. Oh, that's cool. They are actually mentioning the fleet I'm in. I'll put in a call for Universal to send the repair teams. The fleet can take command of this piece of history. All stations have reported in. We can depart on your orders, Admiral. I really wasn't expecting the name of the fleet I'm in to be in one of those messages. That's kind of cool.
I'm happy to hear the Lucari handled their first experience with space exploration well. There's talk of their desire to join the Federation, and from what I'm seeing, they'd be fine members.
Wait, what?
The mystery of Station K-13 has been solved, although the past violation of the Prime Directive by some of its personnel is a concern. Hopefully the crew preserved in stasis pods will be able to shed a little more light on that situation. Finally, this news of a Zenkethi protomatter weapon is disturbing. I'll be looking into it from all angles, diplomatic and military in particular. We've fought a war with them before, and I'd prefer avoiding another now.
Well, the violations of the Prime Directive seems irrelevant now, since everyone on that planet is literally dead. And not because of what our crew did, or what our people did, I mean. But because of what the people on the planet were doing. Or had on the planet, I mean. So what ship is that? Oh, it's a Jebedar ship. Okay. Guess we're going to be doing this one next.
The Lucari have discovered some unusual activity in an unexplored region of the Alpha Quadrant. The data suggests another weaponized use of protomatter, similar to what happened recently at Draconis 3. The Klingons have sent a ship out to assist with the Lucari investigation there, and we'd like you to join them. If the Zenkethi are involved, we need to know about it fast.
Waiting for this to pop back up. There we go. We have arrived in the Huranzi system. I'm reading 2 ships in local space. Incoming hail from the IKS core, Admiral. On screen.
Guavan, I am General Rodek, Security Advisor to the Lucari. I have read your report on the incident at 20 Draconis. The Zenkethi are behind all this. We must be ready to meet them in battle.
Agreed. The Zenkethi are quite formidable.
Do you have any questions?
So why are you here?
I have met the Zenkethi in battle many times. I know how they think and how they fight. Because of this, I have been assigned to investigate the proto-matter incidents here. The Empire wants to know more about the Zenkethi's new weapon.
I see.
Do you have any questions?
What have you learned so far?
We know the Zenkethi have developed a proto-matter weapon. What we do not know is why. They have not attacked any of our enemies with this weapon. This is puzzling, considering their proximity to several key Federation systems. The Empire has asked, what drives the Zenkethi to use such a weapon? And I intend to provide the answer. Do you have any questions?
Nope. Let's get started, General.
The Lakari are just ahead and eager to begin the search.
It's good to see you again. It looks like we have another incident to study. We sent out a number of long-range sensor probes to this sector recently. After the events of 20 Draconis, I took the liberty of setting the probes to scan for proto-matter. I'm afraid they found something. Let's begin our search by sending a short-range probe to the nearby planet.
This is your ship's maiden voyage, isn't it?
Yes, the project was a community effort designed by some of our best and brightest. With the help of our allies in the Alliance, we were able to finish construction and the shakedown cruise faster than anyone expected. The Riskova may not be as large or impressive as some ships, but she's ours, and she's ready for the job.
Congratulations, Captain. She's a fine vessel.
The crew of the Riskova stands ready.
Understood. Move near the planet and launch a probe.
Proto-matter is the weapon of a coward, but we respect its power.
Proto-matter can also be quite beneficial, General, when used properly.
Where am I sending that probe?
The probe is
Where'd it go?
away. The atmosphere of the planet is so thick it will take the probe some time to get through the interference. While the probe is busy, we can collect data from the planet's moons. At least one moon has signs of proto-matter energy. A closer look will give us more information.
First moon is nearby. Move closer and scan it.
Perhaps the probe's information will give us more insight as to why these attacks are occurring.
Scanning in progress. Most curious. This is a Class Y moon. It's incapable of sustaining most known life forms, but it was scorched by proto-matter recently. Why would anyone devastate such a place? I think we should take a look at the next moon.
Agreed. Let's head to the second moon and conduct a scan.
Perhaps they use the moon as a test site for the weapon.
If so, it was a poor choice. Why scour a world already devoid of life?
It sickens me to see proto-matter used like this. Scanning in progress. Another enigma, I'm afraid. This is a Class D moon, similar to Luna in the Sol system. Incapable of supporting life, and yet it has been hit by a proto-matter. Why? Perhaps the third moon will have some answers. Let's take a look. Another uninhabited moon, but one quite different from the first. What is the pattern?
This makes no sense. There is no tactical pattern to these attacks. There must be a reason, though.
Let's figure this out quickly before more lives are lost. Scanning. The moon is Class L. I'm picking up some ruins on the surface, some simple life forms. There's evidence of crude attempts at terraforming, but no signs of a protomatter detonation. It looks like there was an attempt at settlement on this planet, but the project was abandoned. By the look of these readings, it took place over a century ago. The probe we sent to the planet is active now. It's sending data back to us.
Maybe we'll get more answers after we've collected the data.
I'm detecting incredible levels of radiation, atmospheric pollution, ruins of great cities, and... Oh no. Based on these scans, I believe this is the planet Kentar, the original homeworld of my people. There are no signs of protomatter here. It seems Kentar was rendered incapable of supporting life long ago. By the Kentari.
Sorry, Captain.
I can barely believe what I'm seeing. I've always wondered what became of them, and now I know. Most Lukari thought something like this would happen, but some of us hoped they would see reason and overcome it. It saddens me deeply to see otherwise.
I understand.
I suppose you have some questions for me.
Who are the Gentari?
Once we were all Kentari. Those who followed the teachings of the scholar Lukar came to be known as Lukari. The Kentari were obsessed with power and material wealth. Their pursuit of such things was destroying the people and the planet. The Lukari stood against those things, and for that, they paid a terrible price.
I see.
I suppose you have some questions for me.
Why did you leave your homeworld?
There was a terrible schism between Kentari and Lukari. It ultimately led to civil war. We lost. In the final days of the war, most of us chose self-imposed exile over death or imprisonment. We gathered on our remaining ships and left Kentar forever. To this day, that event is known as the Great Exodus. I suppose you have some questions for me.
You seem surprised to find Kentar here. Why?
Much about Kentar was stricken from our records, including its location. Only a few Lukari know of the homeworld. My crew and I were not among their number until now. It is a shameful matter that many of us would like to forget.
I understand, Captain.
I suppose you have some questions for me.
Well, that's enough questions for now. We should continue our mission. The Lukari have transmitted the coordinates to the next system for investigation. Ready to warp out. I'm reading the protomatter signatures detected by the Lukari. Preliminary scans indicate the event occurred within the last 24 hours. General Rodek is hailing us, Admiral. Put him on screen.
There has been a large-scale battle in this system. We are analyzing the debris. It appears the losing side possessed technology roughly a century behind our own. Preliminary scans indicate that the battle was very one-sided. I recommend we take a closer look at some of the nearby debris.
Very well. Let's start with a scan of that debris ahead of us.
Our scans are showing the wreckage of dozens of ships. They weren't all military either. I'm seeing remains of freighters, mining ships, ships, research craft, even luxury vessels.
Was this the Zenkethi, Rodek?
Unclear at the moment. We have not detected any Zenkethi debris in the field yet. Whoever did this was powerful, but not honorable. There is no honor in attacking the weak. I'm detecting strong energy signatures ahead. Further scans may prove to be more conclusive.
Agreed. Move the energy signatures and scan them.
Around 50 ships were involved in the battle. Many were lightly armed, if at all. I am reading traces of engine-grade plasma ahead. It does not match that left by the local craft. Perhaps the aliens managed to score a hit to the engines of an enemy ship. I suggest we advance and investigate further.
Right. We'll move to the new energy signature and analyze it.
This is all that is left of a Zenkethi vessel. It appears the aliens detonated a warp core on one of their capital ships after ramming the Zenkethi at full impulse. They fought with honor. For them, it was a good day to die.
Tell me more about the Zenkethi, General.
They are reptilian, territorial, and aggressive. In battle, they are ruthless and tedious. If they fought with honor, they would almost be respectable. They fought the Empire and the Federation and lost. It appears they are preparing for another war. But with whom? I dislike riddles. Let us get to the truth of these attacks.
Sooner the better.
Perhaps they are testing the weapon against planets that are not part of the Alliance, hoping that we will turn a blind eye to their crimes. Once they have perfected the weapon, they will certainly use it on their old enemies. Their list of enemies is long. We should continue our investigation. There may be more clues in this area.
Agreed. Let's continue to scan the area.
I'm receiving a distress call. It's very faint. I'm sending you the coordinates.
I don't know who you are or where you came from, but thank you.
What happened here, Captain?
What can I tell you?
Who are you?
Egan Byrn, captain of the Pavini starship Bastion. Or what's left of her, anyway. Most of my crew was planetside on shore leave. The invaders warped into the system. We went into battle with a skeleton crew. It's a miracle we survived.
Indeed.
What can I tell you?
Why did the Zenkethi attack you?
I honestly have no idea. Until today, we had never seen them. We hailed them. They didn't answer, and then they started shooting. They just kept firing, even when we tried to surrender. And then some sort of energy bomb went off on the homeworld. It killed everyone. They finished off the rest of our ships and left. Somehow they missed us.
Most fortunate.
What can I tell you?
Do you have any nearby allies or safe havens?
No. We had no colonies, no allies from other worlds. Until today, we were our own worst enemies. The powers that be on Povin fought amongst themselves from time to time, and everyone thought we were one step away from a global war. In the end, we put all of that behind us to fight these aliens as one. And we still lost.
We're still here, Captain.
What can I tell you?
Can we do something to help you right now? Is there something we can do for you right now?
There might be survival pods from other ships out there among the wreckage. Could you look for them? We're doing all we can to keep life support running over here. I can't start a search and rescue operation on my own. If you have any engineers you could loan or some spare parts, my crew and I would be forever grateful.
Our engineers will assist you while we search for survivors.
whoever you are, thank you.
I thought no one would come. Thank you, strangers. Thank you.
Someone heard. By all the gods, someone heard the signal. I'm saved.
Thank you again. May we seek asylum among your kind? Please, we don't have anywhere else to go.
We're sending you the location of Starbase K-13. It's not far from here.
I've confirmed the captain's story. The planet nearby was hit by a proto-matter blast. Estimated casualties in it. Check your long-range sensors. It just happened again. Another detonation.
Confirmed. Go to Red Alert.
It is time for a reckoning. The Zenkethi must pay for their crimes. We must go, now, before they escape.
All hands have reported in, Admiral. Ready to go. Now entering the Jodcore system. Sensors indicate the presence of a pre-industrial civilization on the planet ahead. Its moon shows signs of recent proto-matter detonation. Admiral, I'm detecting Zenkethi life signs on the planet. They may be preparing another bomb.
Whatever the Zenkethi are doing down there, we need to stop it. Now.
Tactical advice?
Target their cruisers first, if possible. The support they provide to their allies is difficult to deal with as long as they are active. Now is not the time to sit and chew ligament. We should strike now, before they can destroy another planet.
Very well.
Whatever the Zenkethi are doing down there.
Let's stop them.
Zenkethi warships! Red alert!
Alliance vessels. This system has been claimed by the Zenkethi Coalition. Your presence is unnecessary. Leave at once.
That's not going to happen.
You were warned. So be it. We now walk on the path of violence.
Battle stations.
To battle. Fight.
Oh, they're behind me.
Good battle. Well fought. Honor of victory is ours.
We can beam an away team close to the Zenkethi position, Admiral. They are currently far from any of the settlements we've detected on the surface. Admiral, I believe the Zenkethi are using some type of jamming technology to conceal the protomatter bomb from us. Finding it could be difficult in this terrain. Recommendations.
Their weapon is inefficiently shielded. It leaks kaons at a level our tricorders can detect and track. I recommend we scan for elevated kaon levels and follow the signal.
Good idea. Scan for Kaons and pursue the Zankethi. So look at this. This is beautiful. Oh, Marky's taking a dip.
The Kaon particle traces lead into the valley ahead of us.
Oh, I see. They followed the waterfall. The rocks here are causing a lot of interference. We should take another set of scans to get our bearings.
This looks suspicious.
Zinkethi!
They're big and angry.
We now walk the path of violence.
So be it. Attack! Come, Zinkethi. See how a true warrior fights.
There they are.
You will not stop us.
So, there are some Zinkethi with a taste for battle.
Scans indicate they took the path to the east. Why would they destroy entire planets?
They must find some tactical advantage in these actions, for some reason.
I'm reading Zankethi life signs ahead. They're waiting for us.
Ah, good. We will meet them in glorious battle.
I wonder what would happen if the Both and the Zankethi tried to align with each other.
They are using delaying tactics. We must be getting close.
The path continues down from here. The protomatter bomb is still ahead of us. The Kaon levels are rising. We're getting closer to the protomatter bomb.
Are these Kaon levels? Well, are these Kaons harmful to us? I mean, sounds like it would be unsafe.
Stop them! This world must be cleansed!
Ha! They fight like cornered rabbit tar. I can smell their fear.
There, just ahead. I see guards. We must be close. The trail ends here. I'm reading Zankethi life signs inside that blocked-off cave.
Blasting through all of that rock will take time. Time we don't have.
I'm reading a tunnel behind that waterfall. One that leads to the cave. We must move. Quickly.
Let's finish this. Follow the tunnel behind the waterfall. Into the cave.
Move swiftly, and we can take them by surprise.
Look! They've set up the protomatter bomb in here. But we'll need to clear the Zenkethi from the cave before we can do anything about the bomb.
Agreed. Take the Zenkethi down and secure the cavern.
Left a few guards. They clearly did not notice the sentries.
How'd they not notice the entrance when they just set up some equipment right over there? Like right next to the entrance.
Oh my. That is a huge protomatter matrix. It's controlled by 3 regulator consoles, all active and cycling towards detonation. I can shut it down, but I need time. Cover me while I work.
We've got your back, Captain. Shut those bombs down.
More Zenkethi. Defend the Lakari!
Shutting down Pylon Alpha.
For honor! For the Empire! Your path of violence ends here. Soon, victory will be ours. Keep fighting!
Pylon Alpha is offline. Shutting down Pylon Beta now.
Wait, why is Pylon Alpha going down? What?
Pylon Beta is shut down. Pylon Gamma is down. We're all clear.
Wait, what? Really? Are we sure about that? No, apparently not. But okay. Wow, I've already killed 100 Zenkethi.
Ion Gamma is down. We're all clear. It's done. All the bombs are deactivated. We can... Wait. Look! These crystal formations are very similar to those we found at the first proto-bombing site on Draconis 3. This can't be a coincidence. We may have found what the Zenkethi are targeting in these attacks.
Indeed. Rodek, something to add?
Word from the core. Zenkethi ships are dropping out of water.
Venator to Nordenbrand. Admiral, the Zenkethi are on an intercept course at full impulse. Shall we beam up the away team? Yes. Admiral, the Zenkethi command ship is hating us. This ought to be interesting. On screen.
Alliance vessels. I am Fleet Admiral Arenzen Tarak. As you now know, this system has been claimed by the Zenkethi Coalition. Further aggression on your part will not be tolerated. This world is not yours to defend. Leave now, while you're still able.
We do not recognize your claims, Zenkethi. Your forces have murdered millions. If you are the leader here, it is you who will answer for these crimes.
We're not going anywhere until this is over.
Then your choice is made. The path of violence. It is one I have walked many times, without fear, without remorse. Come, let us walk it together.
Fight now! For honor and glory! Come on!
A little green bit on them.
This is far from over. Tell your leaders, the Zenkethi will not be denied. Those who try to stop us will be purged, their homeworlds cleansed. You have been warned. Test us at your peril.
Let them flee. Let them run to their masters and whimper like craven tars. Let them whisper of warriors who fight with honor and without fear.
I doubt we've seen the last of them, General.
You may be right. They may return and bring their proto-matter weapon with them. Should that day come, I hope to meet them in battle once more with a warrior like you at my side. But for now, I must return to the Empire. There's a matter of great importance that I must investigate there.
It's been an honor, General.
I think we found a big piece of the puzzle. I believe the Zenkethi are targeting planets with concentrations of those strange crystals. But why? A riddle for another day, I suppose. For now, we should return and share what we've learned. About everything. Including the fate of Kentar. Do you think they managed to survive somehow?
Perhaps. There are always possibilities, Captain. Admiral, all decks have reported in. We're ready to depart.
So it's true. The Zenkethi have a protomatter bomb. All those lives. No one in the Alliance is comfortable with the Zenkethi having a weapon of genocide. What happened to those planets could happen to any world in Alliance space. We need to know more about it and how to stop it. We need to know more about these crystals you mentioned as well. If they're the key to these attacks, we need to know why.
At some point I'm gonna have to go through and empty out my inventory. I'm gonna end the video recording here for now. Stream will still be up. I just need to go to the bathroom. Anyways, thank you all on YouTube for watching. Feel free to like and subscribe. And I'll see you in the future. Goodbye.